The historian Fernand Braudel, in his book The Mediterranean and the Mediterranean World in the Age of Philip II, wrote that the sea is the greatest document of its past existence. When he first published those words in 1949, he could not have known how true they would become. The aqualung, or self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, scuba, had only been perfected a few years earlier by Jacques Cousteau and Émile Gagnon. Divers were just beginning to use that freedom to explore the seabed. Very soon, wonderful discoveries were being made off the south coast of France. Roman ships filled with cargoes of wine and fine pottery, and divers had begun to explore elsewhere around the world. The excavation of a Bronze Age wreck off Turkey in 1960 convinced archaeologists that scientific recording could be carried out underwater. A year later, the raising from Stockholm Harbor of the Vasa, King Gustavus Adolphus's flagship, from 1627, showed the extraordinary preservation that was possible. 60 years on more than 2,000 wrecks from classical antiquity have been discovered in the Mediterranean, and many thousands of all periods globally. A discipline was born that has breathed new life into archaeology, resulting in dazzling discoveries equal to those of the pioneer land archaeologists of the 19th and early 20th centuries, and bringing the past alive in a uniquely exciting way. This book is not the history of the world based on 12 shipwrecks, nor is it solely an account of 12 ships. It is a history of the world, in which the wrecks provide a springboard for looking at the wider historical context. Braudel himself suggested one structure for viewing history, distinguishing between the narrative events of conventional history, the wider context of the period or era, and what he termed la longue durée, the backdrop of economic activity that can seem unaffected by those events. Wrecks offer special access to history at all of these levels. Unlike many archaeological sites, a wreck represents a single event in which most of the objects were in use at that time and can often be closely dated. What might seem hazy in other evidence can be sharply defined, pointing the way to fresh insights. The wrecks in this book provide access to individuals, and that allows us most clearly to empathize with the past, whether it be a merchant from the time of Tutankhamun